Hey everyone. Hey, and good morning, good morning, good morning. We're gonna get started shortly. Let me just kill the music. Hey everyone. I know I'm not on camera yet, but hey, the title of this video speaks for itself. It's like let me vent. Like sometimes you just gotta go. Oh, and hello to you. Hello there. Hey, so good morning, everybody. It's your boy Fury, and we're gonna get started shortly. We're gonna let me tell you how my day started. I went yesterday. Anyway, y'all. I'm gonna send you something in a moment, man. All right, but then I'm on now. All right. Good morning, everybody. So anyway, man. Yesterday, of course, was Valentine's Day, and this isn't a woe is me talk I'm about to have with you guys. It's basically yesterday I do EMS work, and my first call of the day was it turns out to be a perpetually sad one. Now, it was a call for a lady who's only maybe 3 years older than me. 3 years older than me. Makes her 50 going on 51. Yes, I just dated myself. It's okay. Um and hello. Hi there. She let me tell you the story, and I don't mean to bring everyone down, but she her brother came to her house, broke down the door because he shares monitorization of her blood sugar. Her blood sugar went dangerously high. Well, not dangerously high, but high enough to the 200s. And then it just went offline. And he broke the door down, got to her, saw she was sick. And he called 911, which is me and my partner, Julian. Anyway, we showed up to the call. Hello, everyone coming in. Thank you. We showed up to the call and she was on the ground. She had vomit coming from her mouth, man, and all over the bed. Her stomach was distended. She looked like she was about somewhere between 6 to 9 months pregnant. And it really, she just was not being herself. Like what we call an altered mental status. So me and my partner get her onto the stretcher. The paramedics done showed up already, and we're trying everything. They had to actually, because she wouldn't stay still. They had to drill her arm still. They had to drill into her shin bone and administer medication that way. So anyway, they try to get her stabilized, try to get her some air. Her extremities were ice cold, meaning, do you know her arms? Her extremities was very ice cold. And her arms and her feet were cold. The thing is, her blood pressure was just dropping 80 over 30. Her brother said she went to this event. We don't know what happened. Basically, he was only a good historian on her medical history, but not what led up to her. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Let me tell you the story. Um he didn't know what led up to why she was the way she was. She has a history of hypertension, lupus, and diabetes. So we on our way to the hospital. And next thing you know, before we even leave her home, her housing area, they pulling me to the side, telling me, because I'm driving a paramedic truck, as the two paramedics tended to this emergent patient. They pulled out the Lucas device. The Lucas is a CPR machine. I guess it takes after the surname of the man who made it or the person who made it. We don't discriminate here. Anyway, my dog wants to bark every time I get on live stream. Anyway, they pull it out just to be sure. We get her to the hospital safe, Like basically, she's still breathing. She's still trying to talk. She's still trying to pull the oxygen mask off her face. Um. Anyway, me and my partner just go on to our next jobs and our next jobs and our next jobs. And guess what? We found out later on she didn't make it. She didn't make it. Even though we got her to the right people within the span of time, she didn't crash on us. She didn't go into cardiac arrest. My medics felt it was imminent, but we still got her. We still got her there in time. But later on, we can do follow. We can look up follow-up notes, and we found out that she didn't make it. She was only 50 years old. She's my brother's age. Me and him close in age. He's only 3 years my senior. She didn't make it. And I know she had the 3 medical issues, but the fact that I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna tell everybody now, stay on top of your game. Meaning when it comes to your health, because if you don't, this can happen to you. And this reignites the belief that I've always had. Well, not always had, but the belief that I have to tell, something that you have to just come to terms with. Fate has other plans. This is what a 911 worker, a first responder has to understand. Fate has other plans, meaning even your best efforts sometimes isn't enough. You may lose somebody on the field. You will. If you do 911, you will lose someone on the field. I've lost many. I lost more than I saved. And people wonder how you keep doing this. If you lost more than you saved, I don't know. I guess I really like what I do. But yes, I lost more than I saved in the field. And even when you stabilize them in the field, there's no guarantee they're going to make it. I've had some weird stories, people. I've had a story of a guy who had a history of substance abuse. And despite his mother trying to keep him off the streets, he did something that was one of the most insane stories I've ever heard of in my life. It's something you only hear about on TV. And maybe I should camera up for this one, but give me a second. Hold on. Let me just see if I can fix myself. Let me see. Visual effects, edit avatar, mic cam. Let me see. How do you camera up on this one? Oh, right here. Let me see. Let me edit myself here. Hold on. Edit mic setting, visual effects. No, that's not it. Camera. Let me see. Camera. I got my Logitech Brio there. Advanced. It won't let me camera up. Come on. It won't let me camera up for some reason. But anyway, let me continue telling the story. This dude that had history of substance abuse. Let me tell you what he did. I guess he got so drunk, he took, like the shaving can. You ever bought like a can of the thin, like the 2-inch circumference can? And if I'm telling you circumference, you know where I'm about to go with this. Like the can of deodorizers that you buy for the bathroom, you spray after you take a dump. Anyway, this dude, under the influence of heavy intoxication, put the entire can up his ass. You can't make this shit up. I I was like, no. Me and my partner, my old partner, me and her were like, are you joking? But his mother pulled that shit out herself. And there was coagulated blood everywhere. Now, where am I going with this? We got him to the hospital. We reebs them out. We got him to the hospital, and he ended up dying anyway. Like, maybe not. He ended up dying up there in the room. Well, it appears that thick blood that looked like strawberry jam was a bleed, a heavy bleed that he ruptured, and he died of internal bleeding. You can, I'm telling you, if you want to be in the 911 field, it's not for the faint of heart. You're gonna have stories that is weird like that could still lead to tragedy, and you can have stuff that's just outright tragic right there on your eyes, before your eyes. You This is only but maybe one of many stories of me getting a person to the hospital and they looking like everything is okay, and you did your job and they're going to pull through, and they end up dying in the hospital. That's one. I remember one not too far from where I live. Young lady, well, I call her young lady, but she was a 50, maybe late 50s. She was with her husband. She was having difficulty breathing. At the clinic, she went to go get her self checked up out. Me and my friend got her to the hospital, got her some breathing on the way there. It was a straight shot to the hospital on Pacific Avenue. Boom, to Grand Street, right there, the hospital right around the corner. We got there and she was like, oh, hey, y'all, thank y'all so much. Her husband was like, yo, thank you. You know, you guys are really nice. Okay, all well and good. Hours later, come back and I see him crying. And I'm like, I've already had a bad feeling. I'm like, sir, what happened? Oh no, yo, she just took his her for the worst. She died. I was like, oh my God. That shit hit me because she did not present when she got to the hospital. She and we monitoring her on the way there. Her oxygen was staying there with the support of oxygen. She's like she was maintaining, but like I said, fate has other plans for people. It has other plans for people. And in my field, you may think it's going a certain way, but you you can only do what you can. So I want anybody that's in the 911 field that's looking to get into it, look, don't come into this thinking you're going to save everyone. You can't. You can't save everyone. I want everyone to understand you cannot save everyone, and I want you to know that and let that guide your decisions on whether you want to do this or not. You want to be altruistic to be a hero, or you want to be altruistic because are genuinely you genuinely want to help someone. I want y'all to just basically have that in your mind and make that decision from there before you jump on and do that. Just I hope you get where I'm coming from with that one. And if you don't like the sight of blood, please don't. That goes without saying. That goes without saying. If you don't like, just don't even waste your time with it. Just don't. Man, I know, bruh. I know. It's crazy, but I just want everybody to know that. I just want everybody to keep that in mind. Just really keep that in mind. I'm just monitoring my live stream, make sure everything is going all right. All right. I just want, all right. So, I don't know, anyone listening, have you ever had to witness seeing someone in a state that they needed emergent help, like be it a traumatic injury, be it just a sickness, and you just felt like you couldn't do anything for them. Because I'm gonna tell you another story too. And I want you to make sure, even if you don't inspire to be in the 911 field, if you are a person that has an elderly relative or you have children, if you are a parent or you are taking care of your elderly loved ones, please don't be afraid to listen to the dispatcher's instructions to learn CPR ahead of time. Please don't. I want you to. I want to tell you another story here. A lot of people lose their loved ones because they are afraid to do the work of CPR, even listen to the dispatcher. You know how many people that they refuse to do CPR on their own relative or their friend that they call 911 on? That they refuse. See, I expect that type of BS from a cold addict, because when a person is ODing on opiates and fentanyl, fentanyl is an opiate, but anyway, you expect that person to be going through their pockets and taking their possessions. They don't care. They pretend to care, but they are cleaning you out at the same time. It is one of the most infuriating things I've ever seen in my career as an EMS worker, rolling up on people, cleaning out their pockets, and just trying to stay focused on reviving that person and not wanting to harm the phony friend who went into that pocket. This is how bad addiction is, people. This is how bad it is. You will call 911 on someone and you will, yeah, I know. What I tell you, PD, you always do it. Stop it. They will call 911 on the person, clean them out, and pretend to be concerned about them. Well, are they pretending, or is it half concern? You get what I'm saying. Anyway, it's not as bad as the person who will actually clean them out and just let them OD and die, because that happened too. Um, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how some people are. You have absolutely no idea how cold and heartless some people are. You really don't have no idea, none, how cold and heartless some people are when it comes to addiction and stuff. Maybe it's a part of them that's be like, you know what, I do care, but at the end of the day, I want to get what's out of your pockets to go fence for some junk. It's a sad world we live in. To go yeah. I remember one call recently. I think it was about maybe a block or two from where I live. It's crazy. We get there and I was like, "Yo, what the are you doing?" To the guy, they was going in his pockets and stuff. They was like, "Oh no, we just flushing the stuff down the drain." And surprisingly, they were flushing the stuff down the drain. He had hypothermic needles on him. He had those on him, and he had other things, and they was flushed that down. They would throw it in the drain, which it's a rare instance that you will get some people who actually are cold addicts with somebody, but they are on a different stuff, and it's weird how it works. And I have to vent. I have to talk about it, because if you bottle all of the stuff you see daily out there on the street inside, it makes you a bitter, bitter person. It makes you a bitter, bitter person. Just basically just keeping that inside you. It do. I've had former co-workers who have basically they smoke like chimneys to cope with the stress of it. Some of them drink a lot. Some of them do a couple of things. Hell, I've had some pop up to work and you can smell that shit in their pores. And I'm talking about the alcohol, and I'm like, it ain't. I'm sorry. I got some right home, right here, right there, in reach every time I get home. But every time I see and remember what I deal with out on the street all day, every day, it makes me be like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I I, I don't. I don't want to be like that. I don't. I, I don't know how people can see that every day and decide that's the type of life they want for themselves. It's like one of my old co-workers. We show up for a patient. We show up for a patient that is having respiratory or cardiac issues, and this patient is obese or what they call bariatric. And my coworker, he was a hell of a trainer though, but he is big too, and they look at it. They looking at it like, you really you gonna help me? You gonna help me? One lady said, I know." She's like, "You sure you can lift me?" Not to me, and I'm the skinnier one. But I guess even though I think I'm a skinny guy, maybe I do look fit. I see myself every day. I'm my own worst critic. Yeah, you. But she looked at the big guy, and my former trainer, big guy, looked out of shape because he was, and she doubted his ability to help me carry her down the steps. And she was right. Not all big is efficient, and not all big is beautiful. Okay, but anyway, I move on. It is what it is, you know. Man, sorry. Like I said, I got to vent. I got to get this out my system. Um, and as you can see, the natural progression of the stream is if people don't got nothing to say, they're not going to say it. I'm not going to be like TP USA and bought millions of streams over the weekend. Oh man. And I think I just I'm not. So it's the natural progression of the stream. Maybe some people don't have nothing to say. They just want to hear me talk, which is great. I don't like talking for a long period. Sometimes when there's no interaction, I'm like, damn, I sound highly arrogant. But if I'm engaged, if I'm leaving, what small engagement I do get, it does help because that means somebody hears you, either for good or either for good or bad. Because Lord knows there's some people out here who just come in to troll and come in to just leave just foolish things, and you just want to not pay attention to them. But at the same time, let's get into some stuff now. Let me see if I can whew, let me see if I can get some things situated here. I want to get some information, probably possibly bring somebody on. Let me see. I'm just gotta copy the stream number. All right, now I'm gonna bring someone on. Give me a moment. I'm just in the process of doing that. It's gonna take a few seconds. So anyway, let me just send them on. And okay, let's go to Messenger. There we go. Somebody sent me a message request. Let me see something. I gotta like read this like privately, because I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's somebody soliciting garbage. All right, so where you at? All right, Hound, if you're watching, here you go. Here's the link if you want to come up. Also, to my other people who want to come up, I will send you link. Where you at? Ew. Sorry, my friend just sent me something that was gross. Not like, it's just ill. It's just ugh. All right. Okay. The ball's in your court. If y'all want to come up, come on up. I sent out two invitations to two people. And if you want to come on up, come on up. But in the meantime, let's get over to my other screen here. And I want to go to the tube so we can react to some things. I just needed to do that opening. I know it was a long opening. That was about 30 minutes, but I had to get that off my chest because, like I said, if you bottle that in EMS world, if you bottle that shit up, boy, this is the people we have to deal with. Let me see. Shout out to Torian Ray Reloaded. Now, listen to this guy here. Torian's doing a video on this guy named Jordan Wells. I haven't watched the video yet, but if I see butter biscuits in the thumbnail, man, I already know that we are in for some coonery. So let's get started here.
Here I am thinking that I was done talking about this, and then this came my way.
Oh yeah, this is the Reverend. This is a Reverend. God, I'm ahead of time. I apologize. Shout out to Torian Rain Reloaded. But I apologize, not because of him, but because of the man he's doing a video on. You read that, right? You reading this, right? See, just gonna make my blood pressure spike even more.
And I thought, honestly, what Tiny Terry and Tommy Sotomayor had to say was bad. And then what Jordan Wells said up on the situation involving the whole Obama's putting their faces on the apes thing with Trump on True Social, I think his might have been worse. And to think that the person that hasn't been around that long, opposed to the numbers that Tiny Terry and Tommy Sotomayor have as far as them in their years of tap dancing, because they're practically vets at this point. This dude comes out here, and I want y'all to see this, but first let me read his caption. He said Trump was literally a Klan hood racist. I'd still pick him. Hashtag Trump or bust. Hashtag America first. Hashtag Democrats destroy. And if you look at the caption in the video, it says if Trump was a racist white.
Pause 1 moment. Shout out to Brother Man to you. This right here sounds like somebody that I know, and it hurt my soul. This dude used to train me about Democrats destroy. I don't care. I'm independent. Yeah, two things can be right at the same time, and that means both parties ain't good for Black America. Two things can be right at the same time. But what if I told you you don't have to tap dance for a whole entire demographic who don't give about you to not like Democrats? You can just be on cold Black man and not like Democrats. You could do that, right? Yes, he is still bucking for Trump. Still.
Supremacist. I would still vote for him over any Democrat, and here is why. So I'm going to go ahead now and insert the video, and we're going to listen to him give his explanation. It's nearly 3 minutes long, so try not to vomit.
Somebody sent me a thing saying, well, you know, Trump makes such racist remarks, and then he sent me this new video. First of all, you got to watch the whole video because it didn't look, first of all, it was a whole video and they just took the part out. But that's beside the point. Wonder if Trump was racist. I would still vote for Trump. Even if Trump was racist, I would still vote for him. Because, which I know he's not, because Trump has done a lot for black people, whether it's HBCUs or he's given more money to HBCUs than almost any president. He's pardoned so many black men. He's done so much for black people, and he's endorsed a lot of black candidates, right? That's not normally what some Republicans do. He endorsed Byron Donalds over a crowded field of white candidates.
Just because he chose Byron Donald, you mean Tether Donald? Tether Byron? Let me explain something. He is trying to appeal to the black people, and he still calls us the blacks. Donald Trump calls us the blacks. We're not a inanimate object. We're people, damn it. He calls us the blacks. I don't know. And yes, you are absolutely correct. You are absolute, man. Listen,
he's a racist. He's not a very good one. He has Alex Johnson. I can name all.
Wait. Hold up. There's no such thing as a bad racist and a good racist. A racist is a racist. What the? Motherfuckers, I swear.
Kind of reasons that Trump is not a racist, but that doesn't matter because Democrats could say anything they want and they not consider racist.
You know what? Racist, like I just said, racism is racism. I don't give a damn if it's the liberals or the conservatives. Racism is racism. This is why it's good to be independent, because neither side are exempt. What the fuck is he talking about? I hate people like this dude, bro. I really do. Like, you have no idea how I'm trying my best. I'm hanging on for dear life, bro. I am. It was Valentine's Day yesterday. I'm flying single, so you know what that means. Somebody about to get their ass beat. No, I'm just stop. Let me stop.
Racist. You ain't vote for me if you ain't black if you don't vote for me. All the stuff Biden said about black people back in the civil rights time, that doesn't matter because that's what you black people want to believe. And any video or anything is just going to prove their what they already feel. So I'm not going to argue from the point that Trump is not racist. Even if Trump is racist, I would still vote for him because the Democrats have become so.
Oh my God! Yeah, you heard that, right? You heard that, right? So you know what he gets.
Look at the cool.
This nigga. Whew. Yeah. You said, believe it or not, I actually ran up on this guy first. You did? What? This one or somebody else? Tell us. Tell us in the chat. Tell us in the chat. Sorry, I'm drinking my iced coffee here. I got coffee and I got a podcast, but I'm not Shisha Zed, you know. I think what is he? Not Nigerian? He makes good content though. Oh, that all right, give me one more time. Okay, and it goes like this.
Look at the cool. Look at the cool.
Yeah. And you know what else I say to people like him? Like him? Take it away, Wesley.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
Let's get through this.
Demonic and so to the left that as a Christian, I cannot vote for people who want to mutilate and cut off a children's genitalia.
Bruh, let me stop you there. Yes, there's some wacky people here out there in the world that want to do that, but let's not forget who conservatives are betting. Okay? Let's not forget that during the RNC, the Grindr app crashes and crashed numerous times. You sit your punk ass here on a live stream and you talk nonsense about one side's debauchery and you're not calling it out. You're not calling it out all around. Are you joking? We know damn well. We got people like Elijah Schaefer, who's sus. Benny Johnson, definitely sus. All these people doing all that, and you no, keep it 100%. This is what we do here. 100%. Keep it real. It's debauchery everywhere. But you using this to justify what Trump did with that video? That, like I said, there's no bad or good racist. A racist is the racist.
Do you hear me? The God you serve, that might be comfortable for you in your version of your Christianity, that you believe in transition surgeries on minors, which is a big thing in the Democratic Party, that all of them voted against when the Republicans tried to make it a felony. I have children. To me, that's the...
I have children. You know, I just want to shuck it and jive it and be like, yep, boy. Donald Trump, you might be a little racist, but you're not the worst racist I dealt with. So, I mean, that means you're A-okay in my book there. Oh, yeah. Now, Donald, do you want to come on down to the fish fry? You know, don't worry. We got Depends on the Garments here for you, just in case you need to change that fish grease might not agree with your belly and stuff. Fuck out of here. It was fine. You know, our Lord, it wasn't that bad of a day yesterday and stuff. The young guy I was working with, he was like, you know, the nurses in the hospital. I'm like, they are all under my age range. You're half my age. You're young enough to be my son. You can have Adam. You can have Adam. Let's see. Somebody got shot Friday in Jersey City. Overnight, like Friday morning, someone got shot like into the earlier Friday morning. That is true. I was off work. I was turning over in my bed. When I'm home, unless it happens in front of my door. And then he says immediately, these couldn't sound like they got. Yeah. Look at Tiny Terry. Tiny Terry be like, and he tastes himself, you know, like that taste themselves that they do. And let me tell you something. I need you to buy my pancake batter. Fuck out of here. Let's finish.
Ultimate evil. Abortion to the 9th and 8th month that Democrats push. I could not support a party that does that as a Christian. So I don't know what kind of Christianity y'all black people have.
Y'all black people have. Here we go. This dude is a black American, allegedly. And you're pushing delineation within your own people this hard because you want to tap dance. You know? Speaking of educated feet, this is the only thing somebody like him deserves. Fucking face. Anyway, let's continue on.
or type of Christian faith y'all have, where race is such a big deal to y'all that's the only thing that matters to black people. That's the only thing that matters to black.
We're supposed to wait a minute. Let me get this straight. We're supposed to just overlook being disrespected. We're supposed to overlook it. It's been over 400 fucking years and nothing has changed. It just went into legislature and we're supposed to just overlook it. We're supposed to just overlook it, just like normal. No, it don't consume us, but don't play in our fucking face. I'm sorry. Don't play in our face like that. Do not play in our face like that. I don't understand why people don't see the problem with this. Stop playing in people's face with this thing. He got
Black people. They don't care about any other policy issue.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Black people, Black Americans are some of the most conservative by default people in America. We are. We are. And you, how could he say a reverend of all people? Sorry, I keep getting this in the way. A reverend of all people is sitting here. Who are you talking about? You must be talking about specifically the black liberal. We got liberals in all races, but you want to single them out, but you're going to ignore the black conservatives who just don't fuck with politics. You don't have to fuck with politics to be conservative. You have conservative views. And no, it's all iced coffee. If I don't know why my thing bugging. Maybe I'm just going through the room. Oh yeah, I watched it. Oh yeah, I watched part of it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to Requiem later, hopefully.
That's why most, especially black women, that's why when Kamala, before she even said one thing about her campaign, they already were saying they stand with her, because black people only care about one thing: racism.
Oh, we don't. No, we do. No, the fuck we don't. We just don't tolerate it. See it. You see Dick Throat Wells. Let me tell you something. Just because we actively don't tolerate it like we used to doesn't mean we only care about that. There's other shit going on in this world, in this country, that we need to be rectified with. But you're not going to get us to ignore racism because we need to focus specifically on the other stuff. No, we need to focus on all of it. We need to nip this shit in the bud. I don't know what the hell people are talking about. No, nothing in that drink. This is pure caffeine and rage. It ain't nothing in that drink. It ain't nothing in this, man. Just French vanilla sweetener, lactate. Because coffee already is a diuretic. Do you want to add milk, which is another diuretic to it? Lactose, that's already another diuretic for most adults. No. So I'm just drinking this. There ain't nothing in this. Now I could have put some of that cream liquor in it. The cocoa liquor in it. You know what? I should do that, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not, because it's only 11:41, and like I said early in this video, I am not that type of person. I work enough in 911 to deal with alcoholics. I don't want to be one of them. You said Charleston White recently was trying to get sympathy and help Job Turkey. No, I didn't. I did not. This the same dude that co-signed Aiden Ross. Charleston White myth. I warned Kid Organic about him, and Kid Organic started realizing I was correct about him, because he liked Kid Organic. Shout out to Kid Organic. Kid Organic was like, I like Charleston White. He spoke his mind, but then when me and a few other people put him on to the fact that Charleston White is nothing but a caricature, he started looking at him different. He started looking at him different. Let's see.
Said, and that's why their communities are jacked up. That's why their communities are in disarray. I don't care if Trump was racist. His policies is the reason.
Well, I'm gonna get to him in a moment, but let me get to you, George Golden. Thank you so much, man. It's right. It's part of the profession, you know. And I even got injured last week, due to it. Well, I had my hand injury. That wasn't because I got assaulted or anything. It's just fatigue of the hand. And then I got doused, saving the overdose patient. I got doused with a level of PCP and fentanyl in my system, and that shit made me feel weird because this isn't the first time it happened. When I went out there, I started tasting metal and spitting. And they're like, "What the fuck? Yeah, ugh." I already know. And then I was like, they were like, "You're right." I was like, "No, I got the headache. I already know what it is." So yeah, it happens, man. Yeah, it happens. But let's get to him real quick. What he said? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm over it. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's just that it's occupation who has it.
Reason I voted for him. I don't want it, and that's why their communities are jacked up. That's why.
No. We don't only care about race. Our communities are jacked up because nobody gives a fuck. I'm gonna tell you something. Jersey City. I'm in Jersey City right now. Let me tell y'all something. Don't listen to Wells here. This dude's tap dancing his ass off. Let me move this goddamn thing. Damn. Anyway, let me tell Wells something, and people like him that think. I live in Jersey City. This is a tale of two different cities here. And Fulop started this, and I don't think Solomon gonna do any better. The North and the East are the darlings of the city when it comes to the districts. The North and the East. East is downtown, North is the Heights. So they are the darlings. And I tell you this now, the streets are better cleaned up, they're better policed. Here in the South District, yeah, he has children, George. Here in the South District, not so much. This is where the former Mayor Fulop has pushed all the degeneracy and all the homelessness into the South District, and then the police do nothing about anything. The city does nothing about anything. We have a drug problem. Are they making major drug busts? I can't tell you if they are or not, but it looks, from what I see, it looks like they aren't. It looks like they aren't. So all of that is pushed into the South where I live, where I've lived most of my life at, where I'm at right now. So the bad neighborhood shit is by design. So don't listen to this let me shut. Don't listen to this pole smoker who tells you it's just because we don't care about neighborhood. Go down to Georgia. You all right. Shout out to Kid Gravity, KG. KG will call him a mother skunt. This mother skunt, I'm gonna tell you now. Go down to Georgia where there are prominent middle class black neighborhoods. Go to other parts of the United States where there are middle class neighborhoods. Stop comparing desolate and destitute ghettos to how black people are in general. I hate people like this. And this is a reverend right here who by nature, won't you call out the evangelists? Y'all mad at Drewski making fun of it, but no, this is how you are. You care nothing about the neighborhoods. You want to what are you doing for your fucking neighborhood, you bitch? Fuck out of here, man.
Why their communities are in disarray. I don't care if Trump was racist. His policies is the reason I voted for him.
Shout out to my cousin Wazik. I love you. That's my that's my cousin. I made him laugh one day. Now he is immortalized in my streams. Yeah, he's a pole rider and a Kabasi enthusiast. So basically, he's a pole eater to combine both of you. They're like, don't bite it. Don't bite it. He's a Savaloy lover.
I don't want illegal immigrants over here. I want them to come in legally.
We all do, you jackass. But how do you feel about two of your precious PC people being snuffed out by ICE? Boy,
if you don't get the fuck out my face.
Thank you, Tori, thank you for that. That's the right cutaway. Mary saying that and said this. Yo, shout out to Haley Steinfeld for channeling her black ancestry, because she does have it. But that was crazy. Oh man. Oh. So we had to get through that. That was a hard listen. But I'm gonna watch this later. Shout out to Torian Rain for the footage, for putting that there and stuff. But I don't want to pirate his video and try to make it my own. I just had to. I'm gonna watch this later. Let's move on to something else. Have you? Yes. How to shred your quads. I'm looking to get my thighs back in shape. And yes, everybody's talking about this dude here. And if you are a Resident Evil fan, you got to know who she is. She is the voice of Jill in Resident Evil 3 Remake and future Resident Evil projects, more than likely. And she played one of the sisters in Village. I think she was Daniela. This is Nicole Tompkins. Like quads. See, look, right here. I'll show you. The quads. Boom. Same thing. Thighs and quads. I want to get that. And I hate Bulgarian splits, but I'm going to have to do it. The Bulgarian split, I just need the right equipment to shield my foot, because if you try to just do it on your toes, it sucks. It sucks really bad, because the bone in my foot. So I need something to take care of that. But this is what I'm enthused over. Requiem. This trailer here. This game. Speaking of that, this was the trailer from the PlayStation Showcase.
It's 6 now. 6 survivors of Raccoon City, all dead from the same thing.
And I just want to let y'all know, this is Nick Apostolidis as the voice of Leon. He has done Leon in 3 different voices. 21-year-old, 27, and 49, which he is right here. He sounds different in each one, but it's the same voice actor. Shout out to Nick. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, that's not good.
And somebody put me on to that voice you just heard. Last night I was watching something.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good.
That's different from what you're going to hear in a moment.
Victor purchased a building after Umbrella went under.
So people think it's different women. People think that first one was Claire, an older Claire. We know this is Sherry Birkin you hear talking right now. It's going to be in first or third, whatever your preference is. You could play it in either one. It will be able to switch back and forth. You could play it in either perspective. So the
Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center.
That's Sherry Birkin, the little girl from RE2. She's grown now, of course, but they said the first voice sounds like a different woman. It's possibly Claire if it is a different woman, because now everybody has what they call Raccoon City Syndrome, which they got. Everybody who survived got mostly trace amounts of T virus in them. And it remained dormant for so many years. Now Leon is dying from it almost 30 years after surviving Raccoon City, which is crazy. 28 years later, he's still going through it because that happened in 1998. And this game takes place in 26 this year, later in this year. So yeah, Leon's 49 years old because he's a year older than me. He was born 77 because they, you know, the characters got bios.
You okay? What does Victor want with you?
And that is Grace Ashcroft. She is the second. If I had the money for it, brother, man, I done spit my money foolishly on a lot of stuff. I gotta stop myself, or work some more overtime. But I would be able to work some more overtime. But let's just say, somebody that I was giving my kibasa to works at my other job, and we didn't end on a good term. Not because we weren't anything, but she said some fuck shit to me, and I don't want to see her face. So let's get in the way of me making money, and her shift be the open one. I still don't want to work with her. Anyway, so moving on. This is Grace Ashcroft. She is the second protagonist of the game. Her and Leon would split the duties. She will play like RE7 Ethan. She's inexperienced, but she's becoming more confident and more competent as she endures the hardships, whereas Leon is the cavalry. He's the one that, even though he's being pushed to his absolute limits because he's dying, he still is the more experienced one. So it's gonna be combat heavy Leon, survival horror, more survival horror with Grace. So she turns out she is she's either a clone, she's a genetically created person, and her blood may be the key to saving Leon and the rest of the people the rest of the Raccoon City survivors. Let's just say that.
What do you mean?
He grabbed you for a reason. Did you find anything on Elpis?
Not yet. Nothing on the servers at the CIA or the...
See, that was Sherry right there over the shoulder. They haven't shown her face yet for some reason, but that's Sherry Birkin right there. Gotta be. Yeah. And look what it says here. This is what he's going to do. Raccoon City Syndrome. Dormant is stage 0. That's Leon. He was dormant when him and Sherry and Claire made it out of Raccoon City. They were dormant. And then stage 1 is activation. That's happened in recent time. And stage 2 is where he's at right now. The beginning of stage 2, the black mark on his neck and his hands. And then 3, which he's trying to find a cure before he dies, is terminal right there. He's somewhere at the beginning stages of 2, but his time is running out. And I'm gonna show you.
Nothing on the servers at the CIA.
See, you can go first or third.
You are an ignorant.
Those are blister heads. Look at that right there. These are the new forms. If you don't kill them, they get back up and transform to this. And it's like the whole thing on the Crimson Head in the Resident Evil 1 remake. It was the Crimson Head thing. And this looked like the transformation before they get the liquor. If you saw a picture of this, they got the exposed brain thing that looks like liquor. Like this is the mold between zombie and liquor. That run and jump kick. Though.
Leon, we're running out of time.
See? Here it is. We're running out of time. She said we're. So he's not the only one. even Sherry with the G virus antibodies in her body and her ability to heal is even she's being struck by it.
Why me?
This is Victor Gideon. They wanted you to believe that he's the main antagonist, but listen to how he talks and what he says in the next minute. Within the next minute, he more than likely is a failed experiment, an imperfect experiment, and she is a perfect specimen of the same experiment that created him. He was the imperfect, but he's highly intelligent. Because why I say he's an imperfect one, because he had the white skin and he was bigger than, but he was intelligent. I gotta show you the other stuff.
The team has settled on a person of interest.
Look carefully, y'all. This is the gas station from Resident Evil 2 Remake. And that right there is Leon's Jeep that he abandoned when him and Claire met each other in the Resident Evil 2 Remake. That's his Jeep right there. And when the city got fucking burned down with the thermobaric bomb, that's the remnants of his vehicle in the gas station. This is where they met each other in a remake. And Leon's going by it.
A former T-virus researcher.
Because my master made you who you are.
My master made you who you are. Now, I haven't gone to any yet, but my master made you who you are, meaning Grace is either created or she was modified, but I think she was created. This little girl is named Emily, and she looks like a clone, some sort of clone of a Grace, but her eyes have that touch of, I don't know what that is yet. Looks zombie-ish, but she looks like a little version of Grace. Another outbreak, as you can see in the neighboring city. Another outbreak going on.
Raccoon City was where it all began for me.
I'm coming with you.
We can talk.
You see this? All these flashbacks?
You wanna know?
Let's go back. You see the children? These look like imperfect. Let's see. I'm gonna find that one with the kids. Let's see if I can pause on it.
What do you?
These right here. Now, these look like these were failed experiments. These are the other children. Remember the Raccoon City orphanage in Resident Evil 2 Remake? There was an orphanage in there. And even in that piece of shit movie, Welcome to Raccoon City, there was an orphanage. Those children were experimented on. But in the canon storyline, there was an orphanage that you saw in the Resident Evil 2 Remake. And those children were experimented on. I'm starting to think, look how these kids' eyes are glowing. People like, that's how Wesker is he's a genetically modified child. And his surname is after the doctor who created that project for genetically superior children, gave them intelligence and dominant genes like that, and stuff like that. They said these kids might be that, but I'm starting to think that glow don't look so much like Wesker's glow. That looked like a tyrant glow. Imagine if the children that were experimented on by Umbrella were the ones who became tyrants. I'm starting to think this is the case, that these children became tyrants. That's crazy. That is nuts. But the way they eyes glowing, and I think Grace was a perfect, she came out with more human traits. Who knows?
You wanna know?
regrets. Whatever it takes, count me in.
But this is the dope part of the trailer right here. But of course, the games predate the movies. But everybody was mad that the movies weren't. They should have been more faithful to the games. It ain't had to be 100%, but 90% would have been great. They fell short of that shit. Look, this is the remains of Raccoon City.
It's been a while since you've been back there.
See, look, you saw her hand? She has the glove on her hand too. Sherry. Which means her too is suffering from it. You can see it right there. She's suffering from the same thing. All the survivors. So that can mean Jill. That can mean maybe not Chris, but it could be Jill, Claire. We see Sherry here, Ada, who they haven't shown in this game because they're saying she's not in this game, but I have a hard time believing that shit.
Yeah.
Look at it. Just as I remember it in Part 2 remake. The statue's still there. The desk is right there. Here we got the save box is still there. Yo, the save box is still there. The typewriter is still there. Which makes me think, even though these things look the way they are now, the computer's still there. You might still be able to use these through the game, because Resident Evil got the floating boxes where no matter what you put one in, it's gonna carry with it, because it's a game. It's not realistic. But anyway, look at it. The bomb blew out the back of the building, but the building is left and right, meaning like the back of it, that was the back wall, but most of this probably on the left and the right are still intact to some degree. This is going to be crazy if you really get to explore these remains. God knows what's still alive in there. And the way he looks on his face, you could tell he was traumatized by what he went through. He never forgot it. Never. But yeah, that is Requiem, and it will be out. It'll be out in when is that again? February 27th, as you can see right there, which is less than 2 weeks. It's the end of next week. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. So his finishers are crazy. So let me see. His finishes is gonna be crazy too. Hit it right here.
レオンのゲームプレイは圧倒的な緊張感のある戦闘、RE4 から進化したサバイバルアクションになっています。トマホークという斧を
I gotta get me one of those. I need me a hatchet. Don't ask. Don't ask. And I won't answer. I gotta get me one. I need to do it for traveling reasons, not on plane, meaning like if I'm traveling cross country or something, and or camping reasons. If I'm going camping, you definitely need one of those.
装備しており、それによるファイルができます。シューティングっていうのが中心になってくるので、さらに洗練されたガンプレイ、ここにも力を入れてます。また V を狙って、敵に体術を決める。それから敵が持っていた武器を
Still roundhouse kicking people. He's still roundhouse kicking people. No, for real. For camping reasons, to chop down. Who you think I'm, Rick Grimes? No. No, actually, the things come in handy. Like I watch a lot of Bear Grylls stuff, and like for wood, fire, and certain ones come with the the flint-like material on the side where you can actually see if you can find anything dry to spark a fire. Certain come with that multi-use tool to it. But I recommend a hatchet. I recommend a lighter, like a oil, like a traditional lighter, not those big ones you get from the store. Not no cheap ones, a high quality lighter. And I recommend a hatchet, and I recommend some sort of what's that again? Dried fruits and nuts, of course. Pause with the nuts, but you get what I'm saying.
Nice.
どの敵をどの部位を撃つのか、
Exactly.
またどうやって倒すのか、そういった戦略を立てるのが面白さであり、そうやって倒すのか、どの部位を撃つのか、またどうやって倒すのか、そういった戦略を立てるのが面白さであり、それがうまくいったときにさらにこうカタルシスが倍増する、そういったゲームプレイになっています。
You see that? Yeah. Now, people are asking why aren't the other ones attacking? Is because I'm noticing that you can knock them into one another, and these the type, if you push one slightly into the other ones, it will take them out of attack mode. I was wondering the same question, like, why aren't they aggressive? I know they zombies and stuff, but why aren't they super aggressive? See, you can see them. It's like the RE4 remake engine. If you knock a Ganado into another Ganado, it would knock them out of attack mode. But zombies are just slower than Ganado. Ganados still move like human.
バチバチのホラーのステージを
Now pay attention. This is from development stage. This is not the game. In the game, this was showing you when they was developing the game.
テストしてみたんですけど、やっぱり
this was using you could tell this is reused assets of Resident Evil 2 remake. The lockers this is assets from RE2 remake. I can already look at that.
こんなレオンあんま見たくなくないっていう意見が大半だったっていうのは事実としてありますね。
Oh, look at the curtain now. This is in game. You see how that message disappeared from the screen? That's all in game now.
レオンの方はというとバイオ4に代表されるような緊張感はすごい高いんですけども、そこまでその恐怖に特化してない、アクションも楽しめるサバイバルホラー、レオンにふさわしい体験が作れてるんじゃないかなとは思ってて、すごく感情の揺れ幅が大きいゲームになって発散してダイナミックに激しいアクションをする。
It's one of the coldest finishes I've seen in the game so far. This one right here coming up.
そういうカタルシスなレオン、大きな意味でその緊張と弛緩っていう役割としてパートを最適に配置する、こういう意図で構成してますね。
And they could talk too.
Think I want a second opinion.
I will catch you later. All right. That's right, people. That's coming out. Anyway, y'all. Whew, all right. Let's see. As you can hear my dog drink water in the background. Let's go home. True Crime Sunday pre-show coming up. Okay. At 12:40 p.m. The Craigslist. This is the Craigslist killer. I'm gonna see that. If you are a fan of Tori Rain Reloaded, this follow these every other Sunday. He does these right here where they find bios and stories on famous criminals and serial killers, from scammers to serial killers. Oh Lord, people still debating on Drake wanna beef. This is ridiculous. And look, they used AI. Look how they do AI. They take people I've seen a lot of people use certain actors and they use their body as AI. Same thing. I've seen Henry Cavill and Lauren Cohen. I've seen a couple of things. Yep. And look at this. Let me tell you how crazy this world is. We got Zaddy. We got women either like Googling over Leon. Leon is a fictional character. I know he's the face of an actual model that's from Romania, but these women are crazy. I thought guys were bad, but it's starting. You see it there. The real life Uncle Ruckus. Oh, I hate Andre Williams so fucking much. I'm not going to even subject y'all to that. Let me see. Here we go. Cam Newton can't control himself. You listen to Random University is another guy y'all should be listening to. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to cut this one. It's been fun. Let me bring myself back up here. I'm going to go on to do things I need to do for the day. I got to get some laundry done and things of that nature and stuff. Yes, I know. And I think it's cringeworthy either way around, especially with the guys, because they do it more. Especially over Lady Dimitrescu. Oh my God. The 8-foot vampire lady with the long claws. They would, I'm like, this is not a real woman. I know her face is a real woman's face, and her voice is voice of a real woman, but damn it, man, like, stop it. You are grown fucking men. Grown men. Like, what are we doing here? Cringe. Matter of fact, one more thing. I might have more. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see something. If I can find it. If I can find the old video. I'm working on something tomorrow. But it's stuff like this that really pissed me off. All right, I do got more. Let's go. Look at what people do, bruh. Look at this. This is what people do. They do cringe stuff like this. You see that? You see this? Yes, they make stuff like this. These are grown men, people. But look, this is the voice actor. This is the voice actor and a face model. Face model, voice actress.
Lady D's voice was asked not to quote her iconic line.
She's the voice.
Stupid man thing.
And that's the face.
The model joined in.
Okay. You stupid man thing.
That is cool though, but that's the two that bring it. It's the face and the voice. But people, look at all the stuff that people make. I'm like, these are just game characters, right? Like they do all this stuff. I'm like, bro, stop it, please stop it, stop. Yes, cringe, super cringe. Yeah. But for real, this time I'm gonna end this stream here. Like I said, I got some things to do because I gotta go back to work tomorrow. And then I gotta drop my car off Tuesday because some dude hit my car and his insurance is gonna cover all of it. Bastard. Anyway, y'all, it's been real, y'all. I will check y'all later. Peace out.